Right, huge moment. Thrustmaster T598 in full review. This is my first time driving it since the Sim Racing Expo on this circuit, in this sim, in this car. So Hungaroring ACC in the Ferrari 488 GT3. And I was kind of pleasantly surprised by how refined it felt at the Expo, but I was a little bit underwhelmed by the kind of resistance mid-corner. I wanted to feel a little bit more, especially in Sector 1. So this is a Thrustmaster review unit, and it's been a little bit of a pain, I'm going to be honest, to get this stage to do the firmware updates. It wasn't the simplest process for me, but we now have it on the latest firmware 2.07, and also I've been going through the settings here. So 100% force feedback, mode P, inertia off, friction mid, boost low 0, boost high +2, speed high, damper 10, spring 0, gear jolt high, end stop high. So that's what we've got. Let's see how it's going to be. This is the Thrustmaster T598, the very competitive direct drive wheel from Thrustmaster, £499. Worth saying, I've kept the TLCM pedals here. I'm not running the T598 pedals, it's the T598 base and the wheel rim. Right, let's go. Right, I can certainly feel that gear jolt. Okay, that off the bat feels like more resistance in there. That felt like more resistance already over the curbs. These are my complete honest opinions, by the way. I know this wheel, there are so many questions about it. We're going to be feeling if it gets hot. I'm just going to be brutally honest. So this is a sector where I wanted more, and it is a little bit light there still. Let's see. My driving style, I want to know whether I feel like I should be turning in more. I want to feel from the tyres. Okay, there's definitely more resistance there, 100%. So I wonder if I've basically running this on max settings. Oh my god. So you can see there, kind of like, it's definitely still refined. Remember, this is Thrustmaster's new generation of direct drive. There's no cogging, which basically means that there's no resistance. It kind of, the motor spins very true on the axis. It's not like getting interrupted by magnets. They've written a whole paper on this, if you want to read it. So his driving is absolutely atrocious. I'm just trying to find out how much resistance there is mid-corner. Right now I've got a pretty nice amount of resistance, I have to say. I would like more. Like, the T818 is Thrustmaster's old generation of direct drive. So we, won't have all of the anti-cogging or the zero cogging that this wheel has. But the T818 is fundamentally more powerful, and I do really like using it. I was actually just using it in iRacing with the new hypercar wheel from Thrustmaster. It was a great combination. That's nice, I can feel that. But this is super refined. Super, super, super refined. Is it hot? Not yet. We'll keep an eye on that. I like the gear jolt feeling through the wheel, that's quite nice. Right, let's have a look through here again. When I go through left-hander, I want to be getting some consistent feedback. Yeah, I do actually have it. I do actually have it. I feel like I'm going to try and explain this the best I can. This Thrustmaster T598 in PC ACC, it almost feels like having better quality headphones, but the music is turned down a little bit. So you need to like listen more. You need to get into it to listen more. I feel like here, because the quality of the force feedback is good, but the power is relatively low, you kind of have to dial into it. It's not blasting out at you. There's going to be pros and cons there for sure. The other thing that's quite impressive is the feedback you get over the curbs. I wouldn't say it's quite true force level, but sometimes it's very detailed like there. It's very, very, very nice. And here again, it's quite rewarding to go over those curbs and feel the vibration of the sawtooth. And I'm getting into this now, I have to say. Oy. It's going to be very interesting to see more people use this wheel on something like Gran Turismo, which is, you know, in sport mode, very competitive, and just see what it does to their times. So I've got resistance there, I can feel it, get on the power, still got nice resistance. This is a better experience than I had at the Expo. And I was hoping that would be the case, to be honest. I was worried that I'd have exactly the same experience, and it's like, okay, well that's where I guess where we are. Whoa, I can actually feel the gear jolt all the way through the rig. Let me take off the wheel and show you. It's got the same quick release, or it looks to be the same quick release as the T818, which doesn't inspire confidence. It's not a very modern quick release. And the wheel is so light, like, this wheel is crazy light. It does feel rubbery. It feels rubbery and plasticky. It's not like the hypercar wheel. That feels like a different level. But it's very, very, very light. Feels like you can sort of bounce it and play basketball with it. I do like the styling. For me, that's a plus. And obviously it's a bundled rim. It's got to be very durable. It's got to be very versatile. Let's put this back in here. Connect it up. It's an interesting proposition, this. It's quite big and bulky, the wheelbase. It didn't mount on super easily onto this GT Mega DDX. I had to use a mounting plate similar to the T818. Would have preferred if it just mounted straight in. I don't know if that's criticism of the base or the DDX wheel mounting, but just so you know. I like the shifters here, very long shifters like the hypercar wheel. And it's just refined. It's corners like this, you want to feel that resistance because the tyres are loaded. But I really want to hear from you. I want to hear from people that have gone out and bought the T598, comparing it with stuff like, whoa, other 5 Nm wheels. I mean, we'll compare this with the Moser R5 for sure. It's a very, 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 very smooth experience. I mean, it's a million miles away from something like a Logitech G923. And it's not a million miles away in price. So it's very competitive at the price point, $499. You know, if you're getting a G923 for about $250, for 150 more here, you're going into direct drive. So first impressions back on ACC is better than how I felt at Sim Racing Expo, but I wonder if I'm still missing that little bit of kind of grunt in the force feedback, where you kind of just, that muscle memory where you just know how much you need to tense against the wheel. Now, having driven this car in real life for 0488, I didn't feel tense or look tense at the time, but you're also getting many more sensations of what the car's doing. So it's going to be an interesting one. I really want to hear from you. If you've tried this or bought it, let me know, what do you think about the force feedback? Also, what did you find about the update process? Maybe I was overcomplicating it, but we're going to be trying this on Gran Turismo 7, other racing games on console, other racing games on PC like iRacing, Le Mans Ultimate. I'm very interested to see how it handles, especially since I have the T818. So, you know, it's going to be a very clear comparison between this and the T818 in my opinion. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.